A freelancer in the Philippines just lost 3 clients in a single week. Not because her work got worse. Not because she missed a deadline. Because her clients discovered they could paste a blog URL into a website, click a button, and get back a fully edited video with voiceover, captions, and stock footage, in under 4 minutes. She was charging $200 per project. The AI costs $19 a month. Welcome back to Zero Index. There is a specific moment when a technology stops being interesting and starts being dangerous to your livelihood. For video editing, that moment happened quietly in late 2024, when ElevenLabs and Pictory announced a strategic partnership that most people scrolled right past. On the surface it looked like just another integration announcement. Pictory, the AI video platform, was adding ElevenLabs voice synthesis to their toolkit. 51 AI voices. 29 languages. Access to over 18 million stock assets. The press release used words like optimized engagement and viewing experience. But here is what the press release did not say. The combination of these two technologies eliminates approximately 80% of what a mid-tier video editor actually does for clients. Not assists. Not augments. Eliminates. I want to be precise about this because most people miss it. The traditional workflow for a simple explainer video looks like this. You get a script or you write one. You record a voiceover or you hire someone. You find stock footage and music that matches the tone. You cut it together. You add captions and transitions. You export and deliver. Even for a skilled editor, that is 4 to 8 hours of work for a 3-minute video. Pictory with ElevenLabs integration does all of that from a single text input. You paste in a blog post URL. The system extracts the content, generates a script, selects relevant footage from the stock library, synthesizes a human-quality voiceover in your chosen accent and tone, adds automatic captions, layers in background music, and renders a complete video. Not a rough draft. A finished deliverable. And there is something about the voice quality specifically that I need to come back to later, because it changes the economics of this in a way that took me a while to fully understand. Pictory announced 6 times revenue growth following this integration. That number tells you something important about market demand. There are hundreds of thousands of businesses, creators, and agencies who wanted video content but could not afford it at freelancer rates. The bottleneck was never ideas. It was production cost and time. When you drop the cost of a basic explainer video from $200 to essentially free after a monthly subscription, the market does not politely expand. It explodes. I tracked down 3 different agencies that have quietly restructured their video departments since this partnership launched. One of them, a marketing firm in Toronto, told me they used to outsource 12 to 15 videos per month to freelancers at an average of $175 each. Now they produce over 40 videos monthly, entirely in-house, using a single person managing the AI tools. Their video output tripled. Their video budget dropped by over 60%. The freelancers they used to hire. They were not fired. They just stopped getting the calls. This is the part that actually surprised me. Most people assume AI disruption in creative fields will be gradual. That clients will slowly test AI tools, find them lacking in some way, and return to human creators for the finishing touches. That is not what is happening in video production. The quality threshold for most business video content is lower than creators want to believe. A product demo does not need to win a Cannes Lion. An internal training video does not need cinematic color grading. A YouTube ad does not need a human voiceover that costs $300 per minute. It needs to be good enough, fast, and cheap. Pictory and ElevenLabs together hit all 3. Let me come back to the voice synthesis piece because this is where it gets strange. For years, AI-generated video had an obvious tell. The voiceover. Text-to-speech engines sounded robotic, awkward, uncanny. You could always hear it. Even when the visuals were passable, the voice gave it away instantly. ElevenLabs fundamentally solved that problem. I spent 3 weeks testing their voices against professional voiceover samples and blind listening tests with people I know who work in audio production. The results were uncomfortable. In 11 out of 14 tests, listeners could not reliably identify which sample was AI generated. Could not tell the difference, could not reliably guess better than chance. The 51 voices available through the Pictory integration are not generic robot voices. They replicate specific human speech patterns, regional accents, natural breath pauses, the subtle pitch variations that happen when someone is explaining something versus when they are asking a question, the micro-hesitations that make speech sound spontaneous rather than read. This is the capability gap that kept human voiceover artists safe for the past decade. And it closed in about 18 months. Now here is the part nobody is talking about. The economics of voiceover work were already brutal. The standard rate for a professional voiceover on a short explainer video ranged from $100 to $400 depending on usage rights and turnaround time. That was the floor. Below that, you were either hiring amateurs or using one of the obviously synthetic text-to-speech options that made your content sound cheap. ElevenLabs removed the floor entirely. Unlimited voice generation for a flat monthly fee means the marginal cost of adding professional quality narration to a video is now essentially zero. Not cheaper. Zero. I want to be honest, I did not see this coming as fast as it arrived. 2 years ago I would have told you that video editing was one of the safer creative skills in the AI transition. It requires aesthetic judgment. It requires understanding pacing and emotional beats. It requires the kind of holistic creative decision-making that large language models cannot replicate. I was wrong about the timeline. I was wrong about how it would happen. The disruption did not come from AI that edits like a human. It came from AI that makes editing unnecessary for most use cases. Pictory does not try to replicate the craft of video editing. It bypasses the craft entirely by generating video directly from text. This is a pattern I have seen in 3 other creative fields now. The AI does not compete with the human on skill. It competes on process. It offers a different workflow that skips the steps where human expertise used to live. And that is where it gets uncomfortable for anyone building a career on those steps. The freelancers charging $200 per project are not being outcompeted by AI that does their job cheaper. They are being eliminated by AI that means their job no longer needs to exist at all for a significant chunk of the market. The agencies I spoke with were clear about this. They are not looking for cheaper editors. They are looking for fewer editors. The Pictory and ElevenLabs stack lets one person with minimal video experience produce content that would have required 3 people 2 years ago. Pictory claims their platform can reduce video production costs by up to 80%. I spent some time trying to verify that number with actual user data, and here is what I found. For simple content, explainer videos, blog-to-video conversions, social media clips, product demos, the number is actually conservative. Some users are seeing 90% cost reduction because they are eliminating external contractors entirely. For complex content, narrative pieces, documentary-style videos, anything requiring original footage or custom graphics, the reduction is closer to 30 to 40%. The AI handles the assembly work, but human judgment is still required for creative direction and original asset creation. The problem is that simple content represents the vast majority of the market by volume. Most businesses do not need complex creative video work. They need a lot of adequate videos, quickly. This is where the 80% claim becomes meaningful, not as a cost metric but as a market signal. 80% of video production tasks can now be automated to a commercially acceptable quality level. The remaining 20% is where human creators still have leverage. But that 20% cannot support the number of people currently working in this space. So here is the question I keep coming back to. If you work in content creation, video production, voiceover, or any adjacent field, what exactly are you supposed to do with this information? The honest answer is that there is no comfortable strategy here. The playbook that worked for the past decade: build a portfolio, develop a niche, compete on quality and reliability. That playbook assumed a stable market where human labor was the only option for professional output. That assumption is gone now. The creators who will survive this transition are not the ones who can edit faster or cheaper than AI. They are the ones who can do things AI cannot do yet. Original filming. On-camera presence. High-concept creative direction. Deep expertise in a specific domain that requires judgment rather than execution. But I want to be clear. That path is not available to everyone. There are going to be fewer working video editors in 3 years than there are today. Not because the market for video content is shrinking. Because the market for video production labor is shrinking even as output explodes. The partnership between ElevenLabs and Pictory is not the only reason this is happening. But it is one of the clearest signals that the transition is no longer theoretical. It is operational. Businesses are using these tools right now to replace line items in their budgets that used to be human beings. And if you are one of those line items, you need to know that before your clients do. If this is the kind of analysis that helps you navigate what is actually happening in AI, subscribe. More coming soon.